Just as I'm speaking right now, Nancy Pelosi's on television showing us that they're going to get USMCA done. Now, I told you that the original USMCA was created by Donald Trump to make a lot of money at the borders, to be able to inspect people's goods and then make it so that the people in Mexico would have to work basically free, and there would be no checks and balances, and there would be a ton of money that would come into him, and he would be able to do his own things with what he was doing. A lot of illegal things that were written in it. And it had a lot of force in it. Now, Nancy Pelosi's rewritten the entire thing, and it doesn't look anything like what Donald Trump had given in the first place. In fact, it looks completely different. And it's really a good deal that's going to come forward, to be honest with you. It's much better than NAFTA. And the problem with it is that it's not what Donald Trump wants. And it's not what Donald Trump promised to his constituents that paid him money to make agreements for these companies to exist outside of the country. They've never wanted to pay the people of South America or Mexico any more money for what they were doing. In fact, they like using them. And there are so many people in Mexico that are disabled today because of American companies and the American policy. We have chemicals that we've been dumping down here. In fact, I worked at Medtronic. I made heart devices. And you know what? We made heart devices that we produced here, shipped to Mexico, and coated down there because the chemical was so dangerous that we couldn't coat it here in the United States, and we'd come back and we'd sell it to the American market. Now, could you imagine if the EPA was to deal with something like that, to know that we made heart products and then transport them to Mexico to get them coated so that they were unable to have blood coat to them, because while you're in your open heart surgery paying $500,000, that the chemical inside is so dangerous we have to do it in Mexico. And then the people down in Mexico don't know this, but they've been having it dumped all over the place. It's like DuPont down there everywhere you go. I mean, there's piles and puddles and so much crap, burnt out machinery, chemicals, dead animals, people that are injured that went to work for companies like Lexmark and whatnot, making printer and toner ink, that aren't breathing right, or just flat out dead. People that don't even get their paycheck, because the areas where they are, the people that live in the area take all the paychecks from all the people. It's the worst thing in the world that NAFTA is, and this USMCA at least has some provisions, but Donald Trump didn't want to give them any provisions. He wanted to be able to take our companies out of the country and make it so that way they could make a small investment in our country, produce the products that they wanted, and then dump their stuff down there, which is a sin. It's a complete sin, because those are human beings as well. So this is going to be really interesting, because the Democrats are actually going to push it forward. And then Donald Trump has no choice but to either rubber stamp it, which he can't do because he owes millions of dollars for it. Just like his border wall, made the agreement to build it, took a whole bunch of donor-supported money to give the contract away for steel that was purchased at a 25% tariff. He can't afford to do it. He owes those people money. They'll break his knees. God bless God.